First things first, welcome back to the new academic year. If you were here last year, parents, children, welcome back. Those of you who are new, welcome to our school. It is a delight to have you here. Those of you who don't know, I think you probably would have been told, I am the headmaster of the British School of Sofia and the one here in Plovdiv, so I have the pleasure of being in charge of both of these schools. This school reminds me, I was just saying to Mr. Stefan, that this school reminds me of what our school in Sofia was like in the beginning. And it reminds me of a home, and I feel happy here when I see this because it reminds me of how I started when we started in Sofia. Usually I don't have a book in front of me, usually I just speak, but today I've got a few things and I don't want to forget anything. So firstly, I would like to say thank you to all the parents and the students and the teachers for the amount of work that you put in last year. I remember a year ago standing here in front of you, welcoming you to a new school, and promising a really good year, and then March came around and all of a sudden the world went mad, and we had to change very quickly how we worked, how we operated, and how we taught and educated the children. For us it was never ever going to be close the school and stop learning, because that's not the way it works for children. Children need that structure, they need that support, especially in a time like this where nobody had the rule book. So personally, from myself, but also I think I speak for the teachers as well, to the parents, thank you very much for the amount of support that you put in for us, and also the amount of commitment that you put into us as a school. Because without you, we wouldn't be standing here on the second year welcoming you to a larger school. I think one thing that came to mind when I said this to the parents in Sofia was that nothing stops us from teaching, nothing stops us from learning. So now we know, no matter what happens, we will continue. And that for us is the most important thing, is that the children are educated and they get the education that they deserve. If you don't mind, if I look at my notes for a few moments, one of the things that we have as our mission is, of course, that we have the motto of inspiring students to shape and create the world of tomorrow. And that is always the core of what we do. It's not about teaching them for the exams, it's what do we do when they leave school? What do we do as a school to prepare them for a world that's ever changing? And I remember last year we had a presentation here about 21st century skills, and I think the whole pandemic made it very clear how important those skills are to us as schools, and the very first one that we have to look at is adaptability and flexibility. And I think, if anything, it showed how adaptable and flexible we can be as a school, as parents, as children, and as teachers. I think it's very important that we keep that in mind, that things are never the way we plan. So one of those skills was very much shown in the time that we had the pandemic. Creativity being the other skill. You cannot change if you're not creative. You cannot be a different person each day if you're not creative. And this is the world we live in. So for us, the creativity of the children, the creativity of the teachers made it a lot easier for us to continue the teaching. The skills of problem solving. Well, for us, on the 13th of March, we were told to close the school, and we had to be very, very adept problem solvers. But you as parents had to be problem solvers, and the children did. And I think that is a testament to how well they did, and how well you as parents and teachers did, was how we changed and didn't face everything as a problem, but we're looking for the solutions constantly and constantly evolving. I think the other thing that we need to look at is two other skills, the skills of teamwork and communication. Without those two, we wouldn't be standing here. We wouldn't be the team that we are. And I'm not talking just about the school, but I'm talking about you as parents, I'm talking about the children. We make the team. Without that, we wouldn't be here. Most of you have children up to grade 6, and you are looking to what the future might be like. In Sofia, obviously, we have up to IB, and I would like to share with you some of the results that we did receive, so that you know what we are working toward. Obviously, we want 21st century skills, but we want children who are the best. And when we start our exams, our official exams are in year 6. Our results were really, really good in year 6, but our IGCSE results, which are international, written externally, and they're at 16, our children, 54% of our children achieve between A and A star. and almost 20% of those children achieved A star. Now, that is quite an achievement in the time that we were going through at that time. It was stressful, and I felt really sorry for those children because they had studied so hard, they'd worked so hard just to be told, tough luck. We continued with our exams, and they came out with those results. Those results in the British system follow them around the world and for the rest of their lives. It's not your PhD that's important, it's your IGCSE that's important. The IB, which is the International Baccalaureate, which is what we offer and hopefully will one day offer in Plovdiv, we had a 100% pass rate when the world average was 79%. So I think for us it was a testament to the children's dedication, the teachers' dedication, and the parents who were behind their children all the time. The most amount of points you can get in the IB is 45. Our highest point was 41. So we have rightly to be proud of what our students are doing. But the average for our school was 35, taking into account all our children. The international average was 29. So we are going above and beyond, because that's what we believe. Giving you just an education is not enough. It's to go above and beyond. We don't know what these children are going to go out into, the world that they're going to go out into, and we need to prepare them. It is our job and our duty to prepare those children for the new world. So from the sort of academic side, I have to say thank you to everyone standing here for your belief in us as a school, for your belief in us to take on your children and educate them, and it's lovely to see new people arriving back. And earlier on I actually said that our school has now grown. We have new students, which is always wonderful, and we now have 4 new teachers as well. We need to be like the Sophia School. We need to have the same structures in place. So as from this year, Ms. Asia is the coordinator for Plovdiv. From the academic side, if there are any issues, she is the lady to speak to, because Asia will then be speaking to me in Plovdiv. So she will be my representative in essence here in Plovdiv. I'd like to be here every day, but a 3-hour round trip each day is just a bit much for me. But it is lovely to now know that we are moving on, we're getting a bigger school, and we're getting that structure that we have in Sofia as well. So, as I say, academically, Miss Asi is the person that you would speak to if there are any questions or anything that you need to ask. She has her email, so you can get hold of her through that. But as the head of both of these schools, it's delightful to see the growth that is taking place, to see so many parents and smiling children. It's so lovely to see children who are smiling coming back to school. Maybe not when they got up this morning, but possibly when they got to school, they really, really were a delight to see all the big smiles, and I hope to keep those smiles going the whole year, because that's the important thing. For me, there are 3 things for the children, and they are in order. They need to be safe, they need to be happy, and they need to be learning, because if you don't have the first 2, the last one is never going to happen. And that for me is the core for what we do as a school. Are my children safe? Are my children happy? And are they learning? And that is what I want to present to you at the end of each day, and at the end of the year, and when they finish their careers and they move on to be the successful people I know they will be. So thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful day forward and a good year. And if you need anything, Ms. Icy is the person to speak to, and I am just an email away if you do need to speak with me. I will be here in Plovdiv as much as I can as well, just to sort of keep touching base with what's going on. But thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedules to spend it with us this morning. So thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, okay, yes. You jump in the boat.
Awesome!
Oh, no, I just want one for now. Okay, let's go.
나랑